Hey there boys and girls, Skillflicker here, and today we'll have the third episode of Tell Me What. In this series you tell me what setup I should use, and then I'll give a quick review of it and maybe some tips and tricks. So just to tell you guys, if you submit any class setups or if you have any suggestions, you will have to comment on the most recent video. So for example, right now this is the third, and if you have any suggestions for the fourth one, you have to comment on the third. Yeah, that's just what I want to say, because some people commented on the first video and also on the second, but I'm just going to read the submissions or suggestions from the previous video. So if you want to see your setup, then comment on the video, on the latest video. Yeah. So since the last time there were no thumbs up for any of the suggestions or setups, I just randomly picked one, which will be right here. So first, thanks of all for those kind words. But we're using the Famas with iron sights, a suppressor, M9 with suppressor, M26 with frags, the defibs, and any perk submitted by Osama Dirk Laden. Thank you for this. So what can I say about the setup? So first of all, I'm playing on the close quarters maps, and the Famas fires 1000 rounds per minute, so I think that's like the highest fire rate of all rifles in the game, which is pretty good, but it has a little downside, which would be the small magazine. Well, not too small, but still small, so only 26 bullets, and that's with one left in the chamber as far as I know. And so you run out of ammo, and I mean not in general, but after a gunfight you run out of ammo extremely quick, so you will basically have to reload after each shot, after each enemy, and it's very unlikely that you'll get two enemies with one magazine. What else? For the secondary, the M9 suppressed, pretty decent weapon. I mean, it's not as good as the OP sidearms like the GA-18 or the .44 Magnum, but it's still very good, and I am also using it a couple of times in this video. So another downside of the Famas would be the iron sights, which are extremely terrible because your whole screen is basically blocked. It's way worse than if you're using the M40 with a 8x or so. So your only chance is basically to hip fire. There we have the next downside, which would be the suppressor. Yeah, you won't show up on the minimap, but since the Famas isn't doing too much damage, since its strong side is the high fire rate, the suppressor just weakens the Famas more and more. And it also increases the hip-fire spread, so you have some crappy iron sights, but you also can't like hip-fire properly. That's pretty bad, so I see this is more like a challenge myself or challenge me setup, because you will really have a hard time doing this, and I wouldn't recommend to anyone doing this. Maybe if you would throw on the laser pointer, that would be good, and a good sight as well, then the Famas would be pretty good, even if it has like the small magazines with only 25 bullets in it. Then for the M26 Frag, I think I have nothing to say about this. I haven't used it. The M26 Mess, I guess it's called. The shotgun modification is pretty good, but the one with the frags is not so good, so I really would not recommend to use it. For the defibrillators, they're good. Give points, revive teammates, everything's fine. Yeah, so if you want to challenge yourself, go with this setup, because if you're aiming down the sights, you won't see anything at all, and if you're hip firing, you won't shoot around your enemies, which is pretty annoying as well. I think that's almost everything I can say to the setup. There are not much tips and tricks. Maybe put on a foregrip and a laser sight, so that you can hipfire properly, a red dot sight or a cobra sight, so that you can ADS properly, or an ACOG, just how you want it. The Famas is not too bad, even if it got nerfed, but you still can do with it pretty well. I think I even got in first place right here in this game. And yeah, that's basically everything I can say to this setup. So if you have any more suggestions for the next setup, please leave a comment down in the comment section below. Oh, this guy tried to revive me. Revive glitch. Yeah, leave a comment down below with your submission or suggestion and tell me what setup I should use in the next episode. Just to tell you guys once again, I will always pick the one with the most thumbs up. If there are like one or two with no, let's say there are two with the same amount of thumbs up, I will just randomly pick one, and if there are no thumbs up at all, I will just randomly pick one as well, just like I did in this video. Okay, if you have any submissions or suggestions for the next episode, just leave a comment down below with the class setup. And that's basically all for now. I hope you enjoyed the video, and Lucky Skill Faker out.